Breaking news in this very light corner, or is it a dark corner? News is Kevin Lane, who's been recalled to prison. I've got the news on that. It is Aldon's Reviews and Entertainment. So I'll tell you the story. So Kevin, whose son Cooper, now it's claimed that Cooper is being hit. I've got to try and get this right because it could have legal ramifications. He's getting hit by the partner of Kevin's ex. So Cooper is Kevin's son, and he's told Kevin he's getting hit. So Kevin has gone to have a chat. What would you do? Would you phone the police and say my son's been hit by this man? Or would you ask your child if they're telling the truth? But you'd want to know the truth. So you'd go and have a chat with the partner, with the man. Anyway, the man, probably quite rightly, has scarpered to France. But that's not the issue. The issue of why Kevin has gone to prison is Kevin's ex-partner. Is it ex-partner, ex-wife? This is it's kind of hearsay, but not hearsay, because it's come from very good sources. Kevin had an altercation with his ex. His ex, when Kevin goes to meet Cooper, his son, his ex shouldn't be anywhere near him. So she's breaking protocol for being near him. So he sits in the car and waits for Cooper, and he had a photograph album. It covers all pictures of horse riding with him and his son, etc. So it's quite dear to him. His ex come along, saw Kevin in the car, open window, went in and tried to grab the photo album. There was a tussle, and obviously Kevin didn't want her to have the photo album, and then bang, the photo album somehow gets smacked into her face, and she has a red mark apparently on one of her eyes, or above her eye, below the eye, I don't know that. That's it. So the police don't appear to have looked into it, because when you're on recall, you've got to be very careful. That's why I say to Brett, you've got to be careful. I'm surprised he wasn't recalled for his social media videos, because you can get recalled for saying things on social media when you're on recall, when you're being watched. So that's the reason why. Now, David Gunn went to prison on recall for 4 years for swearing. I don't know where he was swearing or what was going on, but for swearing apparently. So how long this is going to carry on, I don't know, but this needs looking into. So Kevin needs publicising, otherwise it would just he'd be in there probably for months or maybe years while the police get their act together, or the authorities get their act together. This needs putting out into public, because we all know Kevin was doing good. He was doing good with youngsters. He was on the television. I personally don't see him as any sort of threat to anybody from what I can see. If anyone else has got anything they'd like to say or opinions on Kevin, I'm sure he'd like to know, but put them in the comments. What do we think? Should we just keep someone in prison on hearsay? Or, I mean, what are the police thinking, that Kevin smacked a woman in the mouth? I think he knows better than that now, you know, come on. Maybe in the old days he might have lost his temper, but I still don't think he would smack a woman about. He's a man's man. He'd smack a man in the old days. Nowadays, have you seen it? Did you see him on that Banged Up? He was quite reserved, wasn't he, with the other prisoners? In the old days, a young Kevin would have whacked one of them out. prisoner coming into his cell with his cellmate with all aggression, a youngster. That wouldn't have happened in the old days, but yeah, so needs looking into. Mind boggles. It's just what goes on in this corner, and social media, and people getting put in prison because of somebody else has said something, an allegation. How can you get put in prison for years when you haven't even had a trial or a court case? Anyway, if you're listening, Kevin, you've got my support. I'm only a small channel. I'm not monetized, not doing this for money or anything else. But if you need somebody, I've never been in trouble, really. I mean, as a kiddie, did I? As a kiddie brought up, maybe, but never been to prison, never taken drugs. Anyway, I don't, because I've been training all my life. But yeah, if you want somebody to put your case forward, you've got lots of support. Matt Legg's doing his best as well. I'm sure Yami will, everyone else that you know, and also the member like me of the public. Don't want to end on a negative note, but let's hope it gets a positive outcome. And I will catch you later. Later.